Hello, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another weekly reading vlog. So today is Monday, September 11th, and I am this much into the matchup. So I am a little over halfway through, and ideally I would love to finish this book this week. Honestly, ideally, really, I would love to finish it by Wednesday, because on Thursday I am going to a friend's house and I'm only gonna be back on Friday night. And I would like to finish it before I left. But realistically, I don't think that I will. But that is the ambitious goal. And then I am 23, I think, percent into Silver Nitrate. So I would also like to make some progress into that. I am loving this one, absolutely having the best time with this book. Silver Nitrate, I am not really enjoying that much, even though none of the actual horror part has started yet. So, once it starts, I might still love that book, but so far I am just nah about it. It's fine. I don't dislike it, but I also don't I'm not really invested. I'm not really loving the book. But anyway, those are the two books I am currently reading. Honestly, I would love to finish both and then start something else, but I'm not sure how realistic that is since I'm not going to be home for 2 days. But those are the plans, and welcome to the vlog. Okay, so I finished the matchup yesterday, and I didn't update sooner because it's not like I can really talk about this book without spoiling, because it's the second one in the series. But I loved it. I had so much fun with this book, and we got a lot of answers about the things, or some of the things that I was very confused about, but at the same time, I still have a lot of questions, and I'm very worried about some of the characters that I like. And there was actually a character that I really didn't like in book one, and also maybe half of this book or even more, but I guess she grew on me in the last part of the book. And she's not in a good situation right now, and I am actually pretty worried about her. But we have learned, like I said, we got a lot of answers, and most of those answers were about the non-human characters, basically, and that was very fun. And honestly, I actually gasped out loud when something was revealed. And yeah, I loved it. I had such a good time with this book. And do I immediately want to start the third one? Yes, but will I? No. I wanted to start it yesterday, right after I finished this, but my whole point was to finish this section of the story before I left for my friend's house. So I'm obviously not gonna start the next one before I leave, you know what I mean? Because, that doesn't make much sense. But yeah, I finished it. I loved it, and I can't wait to continue with the story, with these characters. Yeah. And I also watched all of the episodes that are currently out of Only Murders in the Building that I have been meaning to watch. I meant to start it when the season first came out, season 3, but I don't know why I didn't, but I didn't. But I finally watched the 7 episodes that are currently out, and I am loving it. And I also watched episode 4 of The Wheel of Time, and in my previous weekly vlog, I said that basically episodes 1 and 2 were okay, but I really liked episode 3, and I feel like episode 4, I didn't like it as much as episode 3, but I liked it more than episodes 1 and 2. So like it was okay, but it wasn't, great. And I mean, I don't think, like, for me this series not great in general, and there are some like directions they're going in that I'm just like, why? There's some things that don't really make much sense to me, but it's still entertaining, and I am still obsessed with Elaine. And I'm obviously mostly obsessed with Maureen. Like, she's everything. Also, the new actor for Matt, he doesn't look as much as Matt, like, in my head, as the actor from the first season. So that's kind of weird. I'm still getting used to the new Matt. Anyway, I am going to have to leave in a couple hours, and I haven't made any progress in Silver Nitrate, but I am planning on reading some of it while I wait for the train, and like on the train on the way to meet my friend, because I mean, I will have nothing else to do. And I am like, again, it's fun, but I'm not loving it. And I know that literally all I read was like the setup and like getting to know the characters. And we haven't even gotten everything that is like said in the synopsis of the book, and nothing like scary or creepy, or like none of the horror part of the book has started. So I guess it makes sense that it's not that exciting yet, but I'm hoping that what I read today will be more exciting, because I mean, the premise sounds really cool, like a cursed movie, and like they're gonna finish the movie and get cursed themselves. Like, that sounds really fun. Like, that hasn't started yet. Like, they haven't even had the conversation about finishing the movie yet, and I'm 23% in. So I am patiently waiting for something creepy and scary and cool to happen. I still haven't organized my books in my new book cart, because honestly, because I am lazy, and that will be a lot of work, because it's not like the actual physical task of moving the books, but having to like decide how to organize them, like which books go where. I have no idea how I'm gonna do that. So I am just, as usual in everything that I do, procrastinating. So yeah, I am gonna go pack, I'm gonna have lunch, and I'm gonna get the hell out of here. And I will talk to you probably on Saturday. I mean, I'm gonna be home on like Friday night, but I don't think I will have read enough to update. But we'll see. I'll either talk to you on Friday night or on Saturday. Okay, so I said that I would update on the weekend, but I didn't, because I didn't really end up reading when I was in the train. Because on the way there, I was intending to read, but then I was talking to a friend, and she was like reacting to some YouTube videos, and like texting her and seeing her reactions was actually much more fun than reading Silver Nitrate, especially because I wasn't really loving the book. And then on the way back, I was just tired and didn't have the brain power to read. So I only read on like Friday and yesterday. And I mean, I did finish it. And I don't think I talked about what the book was at all in this video. But basically, it was a horror book, and we were following Montserrat, who was a sound editor, and her friend Tristan, and they met a horror movie producer, and like they were fans of him, and he was actually like one of Tristan's new neighbors. So they talked to him, and he was talking about a movie that he never finished, and the movie was like kind of cursed. That's why he never ended up finishing the movie, but he wanted to, and he asked if they would finish the movie with him. And well, they started becoming cursed themselves, and Tristan started seeing his dead girlfriend, and Montserrat was also being cursed in other ways. And, you know, for the longest time, nothing really creepy was happening. And I do have to say that there were like a couple creepy scenes like later on that I did enjoy because they were creepy, but overall, I was honestly kind of bored until maybe like the 70% mark. That's when I started actually being interested and invested in what was happening. So, you know, 70% of the book I was just kind of bored, but I did really like the last 30%. And it definitely went into a more fantasy, magical direction than what I was expecting. I thought it was just gonna be like, you know, supernatural, but not in a fantasy way. But it was supernatural in a fantasy way. But I mean, I do love fantasy, so like I did enjoy that, but it's not what I was expecting. It was okay. I enjoyed it, but I didn't love it. So I ended up giving it 3 stars because I mean it was still I had a decent time with it. It's just not, you know, a new favorite, and it's definitely I didn't like it as much as the other book I had read from this author, Mexican Gothic. That one I felt like was really creepy the whole time. It had a really creepy atmosphere. This one, not as much. And honestly, that is all that I read. Because I mean, when it was like the end of the book, I was invested and I was like reading fast, but until we got to the 70% mark, I was just like kind of bored and not really wanting to read it as much, so I didn't read anything else. And to wrap up what I did read, so I finished the Matchup and I finished Silver Nitrate, and that was only 668 pages, which is not as much as I would have liked, but I loved the Matchup and I was not expecting to like finish it as fast as I did, so I am definitely happy with that. And yeah, that is everything for this weekly reading vlog. And so thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you have enjoyed it. And if you did, give it a like and subscribe. And I will talk to you next time. Bye!